What up, YouTube Lakes? Coming back at you with another Starcraft 2 cast. On the top left-hand side of the map, we have our blue Protoss player, Icebrand. And on the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have our red Terran player, Doubleswee. Now, I don't know what league these players are in, but all I know is I saw a probe immediately leave its home to go on a pilgrimage here. It is on a journey, and I think this is going to be a proxy. We just don't know what proxy this is going to be yet. We have many options here. It could be anything from a gateway to a robo to a Stargate. I personally think Stargate proxies are a lot of fun, especially seeing them go up against a Terran player. So we'll see what this is going to be. Doubleswee is scouting here. A bit of an unusual trajectory, I feel like, but no, it will miss. It will miss this proxy here, and this sneaky probe getting so much satisfaction building these two gateways here. I wonder if this is just going to be zealots knocking at the front door. They want to see what's up in the Terran base. They're like, hey, we heard there's a club opening up here, and we thought we'd crash the party. Doubleswee is going to see something weird is going on, sees that this is going to be a pylon in the natural location, but nothing here. And what you should know playing StarCraft is if there is money being mined and nothing being built, something is being built, but you just don't see it. Oh, very cheeky, throwing down a pylon in the natural as well. Unfortunately, though, for the Protoss player, command centers do lift off. So this is not going to slow down Doubleswee that much. I think this this Reaper does manage to save the SCV and is now running to the other side of the base. This is something that is going to be very annoying to deal with because there is no defense to speak of for the Protoss player here. So this Reaper is going to go ham on these poor defenseless probes. They're just working. They're living in a pacifist society. They're like, man, we don't need to build anything over here. This is just our home, you know? But we have the two zealots already knocking at the door of the Terran base. I think they will be able to force the cancel on this command center here. They're going to make Doubleswee cancel this, but he is trying to build this. He's trying to finish this off, but does ultimately force the cancel. This Reaper looks like he will get a kill on one of these zealots. Now we have a Marauder as well. These zealots, unfortunately, no charge zealots just yet, so will be able to take out the double zealots coming in for the red Terran player. I thought for a moment that this Reaper was just not going to bother microing, but ultimately does survive. We do have two stalkers here. These are going to be much more annoying to deal with. There is a Widow Mine chilling on the way to the natural base for the Terran player. So that will add to some defense here. We do have the shield battery will keep these probes alive. They are determined to live this pacifist lifestyle here. Currently, though, this Reaper does have 3 kills. I would like to see some sort of response from Icebrand here, maybe trying to chase away or even get the surround on this Reaper here. There was a bit of a slow response out of Doubleswee from that attack there on that Reaper. It is at half health, but it will heal up ultimately. We have 4 stalkers going home. They will defend this. They will be able to take out this Reaper if Doubleswee is not careful here. But no, it looks like Icebrand decided against it, is going to send the one stalker alone, which I do agree with here. We do have the proxies. Might as well make use of those buildings and throw out some harassment here. This Stalker will be able to chase away this Reaper. This Reaper getting 7 kills. Taking a look at the workers lost tab here. Six of those kills, it looks like, were workers. So this Reaper putting in a ton of work. But keep in mind, Icebrand does have a natural expansion here, and this proxy gateway play forcing the Terran player to hide and turtle back home. But this is 2 Cyclones and 3 Marauders. This would easily take care of whatever Stalkers Icebrand has. Okay, we have the Adept. It is going to get the shade in. Ultimately getting taken down though, but did see what Doubleswee has at home. Icebrand running the rest of his army back home. It looks like he may be going for a macro playstyle right now. 2 of these warp gates are proxied across the map though, so they are at risk of being found. This Reaper running around doing some scouting here, but at this point I think Doubleswee was able to hold this. This is a pretty big army, and I think they may be able to spot this proxy here. Do these Cyclones see it? Taking a look, it does look like they were spotted, so both these warp gates will ultimately go down. Icebrand is going to have to replace these. We already have 3 more warp gates on the way, so not awesome that he's losing them, but at the same time, he will be able to keep the macro up. These warp gates are just about to finish. Taking a look at the workers here, it is 37 workers to 26 in favor of the blue Protoss player here. He is researching charge as well. Will do a good job at chasing down some of these Cyclones. Once those Cyclones target 1 unit, they can't really target any other units, so Charge Zealots would be a great counter to this. We also have the shield battery on the way for the Protoss player. We have the Banshee though. This is going to throw down a lot of pressure on the mineral line in the natural base, or sorry, in the main base of the Protoss player. So this is a double-pronged attack for the Terran player, but this Banshee announcing its presence by attacking a pylon. This does give Icebrand a little bit of time to react if he notices this in time. This pylon will not quite supply block the Protoss player, and now it looks like this Banshee trying to do some sort of damage here, ultimately only destroying a pylon. That Banshee was still in training. It was like, okay guys, we don't really know what we're supposed to attack, but we just know we're supposed to attack things that are blue. So let's go ahead and kill this pylon. The mineral line, you know, they're in their pacifist society. We'll just let them live, right? Unfortunately though, that's not how it should work. That poor Banshee did not get the memo in its training and ultimately was pretty useless. Now we have a big move out for the Protoss player. I think he's thinking about expanding into a 3rd base right now. He's checking the location of the potential 3rd bases, it looks like, trying to get a spot on this Terran army, but Terran ultimately running back home. I think these Cyclones were locked out. They were not invited back home. They're like, hey, look, you know, you're cool and all, but unfortunately we just don't have enough room for you guys. Don't really know what to tell you. Seems that they made a deal with the bouncer though, paid him 40 bucks, whatever. Now they are back with the main army of of the Terran player, but this is a pretty big move out of Stalkers and Zealots, and at this point Zealots have charged. Blink is on the way. It's not finished just yet, so the Stalkers won't be able to blink into these tanks. Not that that would be a good choice with the amount of support that those tanks have right now, but Protoss will be able to pick off some of these units here, and that's why I was talking about, as soon as that Cyclone targeted one of those Stalkers, that Zealot was able to get some damage in. Unfortunately though, only one Zealot was able to target that Cyclone here. These Zealots were slightly out of position. Workers here, it's 10 workers more in favor of the Protoss player. 41 workers to 31. Army supply relatively even. This is a pretty good hold, though, for the Terran player. I would like to see these tanks sieged up, but it's possible Terran is planning on moving out here soon. I love this. I love the use of the fake Archons. They will be able... they will be able to tank a lot of shots and damage, but I think Doubleswee saw this and just decided that these Archons were too scary. He's like, hey, look, this is too much for us to handle. And this was a fake out ending. This was a fake a fake push from Icebrand, scaring his opponent, literally scaring his opponent out of the game and taking the victory. So well done, Icebrand. That was a very cool victory. Ultimately, that proxy gateway play, not winning him the game, but also not losing him the game, and was going to be up in expansions as well. So I think it was looking good for Icebrand anyway, but these fake Archons forcing the Terran player to leave. So very funny to see. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own games, I will leave my email in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.